Welcome, everybody, to our Ayurveda talk. I am Marie, and I am an Ayurvedic health practitioner. So, we are in fall. We had a really incredible, beautiful day today. And I want to just bring to your mind the things that you need to be focusing on. And I'll continue to talk about it because we want to do that. We want to make, even though I have reiterated this information year after year, we need to hear it during the time. So we are in Vata season. Remember, there's only 3 seasons in Ayurveda. And the season that we are in right now is Vata. And Vata is ruled by ether and air. And what that means is that those elements are literally dominating the atmosphere now. That's what happens. So those elements are going to show up as it's going to be more dry, it's going to be more light. You're going to have more wind. It's getting colder. You'll have more variable up and down type of weather variations. Things become rough. The leaves are going to start falling off the trees. And then there's this like emptiness. Um, it's all the qualities of Vata, right? The qualities of what air are and ether. So remember, ether is space. That's where you would get the emptiness feeling. And air is all about wind. So wind and movement really start to happen more. And wind is harsh when it gets cold. It is harsh. So there are definite things that you want to do. We've talked a little bit about it, and I'm going to continue to do that. You want to wake up early in the morning. And so you're really aligning with what's happening with your circadian biology. So when the sun is up, you're up. When the sun is down, you're down. So there is a certain peace that happens in the morning. And if you have a lot of vata, that peace becomes important. And that's experienced at just before dawn and during that time when the sun starts to come up. So just before the sun comes up, and then as the sun is coming up. So you wake up early, typically around 5. And that's because you want to be able to do your morning meditations and things like that. Now, alternate nostril breath is recommended at this time because we are dealing with Vata. Vata is up and down, it's not stable. What does alternate nostril breath do? It stabilizes. So, alternate nostril breathing is very helpful at this time. Do it in the morning, right? You want to do it in the morning, and you could do it right after you've done your stretching and yoga practice if you're doing that. And you want to make sure that you are doing the daily abhyanga, the daily oil. Okay. So those are a few things, and I've talked about a bunch of those things. Your routine really matters during fall because you're dealing with vata. What I wanted to really kind of focus on today is the seasonal foods and the tastes that we need to be focusing on as we move into vata. And you might start to notice that maybe you're starting to teeter out of balance with vata. Like you're starting to have maybe some fear, anxiety. Those are signs that vata is creeping up in you. Insomnia is another sign. Anxiety is big for vata, those nervousness, right? And sometimes we don't even know why. And it just starts to happen. So, seasonal vegetables that are all starting to show up right now, they're really wonderful vegetables. They are going to be vata reducing. And I want to just say that there's a lot of talk about nightshades, that you don't eat nightshades. And that's if you're a pitta person, you have too much fire going on in your body, or you have a fire imbalance, or it's during summer. So you don't want nightshades during summer. But as we move into fall, those are the vegetables and fruits that actually are in this season. They are ripe right now. So that's going to be your squash, your eggplant, arugula, beets, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, carrots, cauliflower, cranberries, also kale and leeks and parsnips, pears, pumpkins, rutabaga, shallots, spaghetti squash, spinach, sweet potatoes, Swiss charred turnips, zucchini. In the later fall, grapes, not early fall, later fall grapes, and then also pomegranates. What I will tell you is if you don't know what's in season, go to the farmer's market and make sure that you are getting food that is locally grown. Why is that a big deal? I will remind you that, have you ever heard of when somebody has allergies, they say take local honey? Why? Because local honey has the pollens from the local area, which will help you build antibodies. It's the same for food. So if you eat food that's coming from another state or another country for that matter, that may not be as beneficial. You want to get food. If you have your own garden, it's even better. But you want to get food that is grown near you. Then you actually help build the microbiome in your gut that matches what's going on, the microbiome in the soil. So eat locally grown foods as much as you can, seasonal foods, because that's going to align with what you should be doing this season anyway. So as we move into fall, Vata season, we are wanting to do certain tastes. What helps Vata? Now, if you have a Vata imbalance, you will want to focus on these tastes. So the tastes that help Vata are salty taste, sour taste, and sweet taste. Those are the ones. What they do is they help bring Vata into balance. Now, what you want to stay away from if you have Vata going on in your body, anxiety, things like that, is bitter taste, astringent taste, and pungent, like very, very spicy. It's too much. All right. So those are the things that we want to focus on. What does sweet taste do? Well, sweet taste is a builder. Sweet taste is going to strengthen all of the body tissues. It harmonizes the mind and it promotes a sense of contentment. It is considered a demulcent and it's soothing. So it's going to soothe the mucous membranes and it can act as a mild laxative as well. It will counter burning sensations. So its sweet taste is also good for pitta. Now, when I say sweet taste, I am not saying sugar. Some forms of natural sugar, yes. But like dark meat is going to metabolize sweet, right? Dates will metabolize sweet. So certain sweet apples will metabolize sweet. Some apples metabolize sour. So it really just depends on what it is. And if you need to understand that, then we need to go over the Vata food list for you so that you understand, oh, these foods are going to metabolize sweet, right? Okay, salty taste is softening. It acts as a laxative. It's a sedative. It, in small amounts, it stimulates digestion. That's why it's so helpful for Vata. In moderate amounts, it can be something that helps to act as something for purgation. That means if you need to purge. So if you're going through a cleanse, like we just did the fall cleanse, some people will take larger amounts of salt and it will make them purge, throw up basically. Okay, now it is also really great for, like I said, softening and helping with electrolytes and stabilizing for hydration. So Vata people really need that. Now, if you are dealing with other elements, then this may not be for you. You need the Vata food list to kind of figure it out. I can send it to you. All right. And then Sour taste is also going to stimulate. It is a digestive. So, sour taste means it's going to increase and help digestion. So, you hear people say, yogurt, take yogurt if you want to get those healthy bacteria. Ayurveda highly recommends yogurt. Now, we're not talking about any sweetened yogurt, it is always going to be plain yogurt. There's no sweetener. So, yogurt, it's going to help as a digestive and carminative. Carminative means it's going to help with reducing gas. So that's why it's so great. It is nourishing and it helps with thirst. So it's another great thing for hydration. It increases all the tissues, but not the reproductive tissues. It's going to decrease the reproductive tissues. I'm not going to go into detail over that, but so these are the things that we want to start really paying attention to is the foods we are eating. And if you just go to the farmer's market or have your own garden, all those foods that are ripening right now, that's what we should be eating. Okay. More soups and stews are going to be more beneficial for Vata. You stay away from cold foods, raw foods, no salads for Vata. You just eliminate all of that. That's going to fall into the bitters and astringents, all the lettuces and stuff. This is not the season for that. So we are now moving into fall, time to nourish our Vata. Okay, so that's our talk for tonight. Please reach out to me if you would like an Ayurveda consultation or if you'd like to have more information as far as how to support yourself during this time. I would love to hear from you and love to support you.